The year is insert year. Mali, a nation grappling with internal conflict and seeking stability, finds itself under the leadership of President Ibrahim Traoré. His ascension to power, while marked by significant challenges, also represents a pivotal moment in the country's history. A young officer, Traoré embodies a generation striving to forge a new path for Mali, a path paved with the hopes and aspirations of its people. It is against this backdrop that an incident unfolds, one that would transfix the world and spark a global dialogue on respect, dignity, and the representation of leadership. The setting shifts to a live television broadcast originating from a prominent French television network. The program, ostensibly dedicated to international affairs, takes an unexpected turn. During a segment discussing the political landscape of Mali, the host's name, makes a flippant and dismissive remark concerning President Traoré's military uniform. The comment, intended as a joke, is steeped in casual disrespect, trivializing the significance of the attire and the context within which it is worn. This seemingly innocuous comment, however, ignites a chain of events that far surpasses the confines of a television studio. The casual mockery of a national leader's uniform becomes a symbol of a much deeper issue: the pervasive attitude towards African leaders and the often overlooked complexities of their contexts. What followed this moment of televised disrespect would be a powerful testament to resilience, a profound reflection on the weight of responsibility, and a stirring call for global understanding and empathy. This is the story of how a single, seemingly insignificant remark escalated into a powerful moment of global significance, ultimately challenging perceptions and inspiring a movement towards greater respect for African dignity. The journey ahead will explore the profound response from President Traoré and the ripple effect of his actions across continents. To understand the gravity of the situation, we must examine the specific nature of the French television host's remark. While the exact phrasing may vary depending on the available translations, the essence of his comment was a clear and pointed mockery of President Traoré's military uniform. The host, in a tone suggesting amusement and condescension, either directly or indirectly compared the uniform to something trivial or comical. This was not a subtle observation. It was a deliberate attempt at humor that relied on stereotypes and preconceived notions about African military attire and leadership. The implications of this joke extend far beyond a simple comedic misstep. The humor, or rather the attempted humor, targeted not just the uniform itself, but the very identity and authority of President Traoré, and by extension, the legitimacy of his leadership. The underlying message was one of belittlement, suggesting a lack of seriousness or professionalism associated with African military leaders. This perspective, unfortunately, reflects a broader colonial-era bias that continues to shape perceptions and representations of African nations and their leaders within certain Western media circles. The joke, therefore, was not merely a tasteless jest. It was a microcosm of a deeply rooted prejudice, a subtle yet potent expression of cultural and political condescension. The perceived disrespect was palpable, not just to President Traoré personally, but to the people of Mali and indeed the entire African continent. The uniform, far from being mere clothing, represents the dignity of the Malian military, the sacrifices made by its personnel, and the struggles faced by the nation. To mock this uniform is to mock the very essence of national identity and the efforts to maintain security and stability. The incident served as a stark reminder of the enduring power of representation and the need for respectful discourse in international relations. The implications of this seemingly minor event would reverberate far beyond the television studio, sparking a wider conversation about representation, respect, and the complexities of cross-cultural communication. President Traoré's response to the televised mockery was a masterclass in composure and dignified communication. Instead of resorting to immediate anger or retaliation, he chose a measured and impactful approach. While the precise nature of his initial reaction might not be publicly documented in its entirety, available accounts suggest a calculated response designed to address the deeper issues at play. It was not a spontaneous outburst of emotion, but a carefully considered counter-narrative. His response, whether delivered publicly or privately, transcended mere rebuttal. It was a powerful statement on the significance of his uniform and the responsibilities it represents. The tone was one of calm authority, devoid of aggression, yet brimming with quiet strength. It was a response that prioritized not personal offense, but the defense of his nation's dignity and the respect due to the office he holds. His message, implicitly and explicitly, highlighted the profound disconnect between the casual mockery of the host and the gravity of the circumstances in Mali. The significance of Traoré's reaction lies in its ability to transform a moment of perceived insult into an opportunity for education and reflection. His composure in the face of disrespect demonstrated a level of self-control and leadership rarely seen in similar situations. Instead of fueling the flames of conflict, his response served as a powerful call for greater understanding and empathy. It served as a reminder that leadership often requires the strength to rise above personal feelings and prioritize the needs of the nation and its people. His restraint, far from being a weakness, became a powerful symbol of his leadership and the values he represents. This initial response set the stage for the powerful events that would unfold, transforming a moment of disrespect into a catalyst for global dialogue and a renewed focus on the importance of respectful international relations. To fully grasp the depth of the disrespect shown towards President Traoré, we must delve into the profound symbolism embedded within his military uniform. It is not merely a piece of clothing. It is a powerful representation of Malian national identity, military history, and the sacrifices made by countless soldiers. The uniform embodies a rich tapestry of historical context, cultural significance, and the ongoing struggles faced by the nation. The design and elements of the uniform itself likely incorporate specific insignia, colors, and patterns that hold deep meaning within Malian society. These details often reflect historical battles, national emblems, and the values upheld by the Malian armed forces. They are not arbitrary choices. They are carefully chosen symbols that represent national pride, military tradition, and the sacrifices of those who have served the nation. Understanding this rich tapestry of symbolism is crucial to comprehending the gravity of the French television host's casual dismissal. The uniform is far more than a simple garment. It is a tangible manifestation of national memory and identity. Beyond its visual components, the uniform represents the dedication, courage, and sacrifices of Malian soldiers throughout history. It stands as a testament to their unwavering commitment to defending the nation's sovereignty and protecting its people. Many of these soldiers have given their lives in the service of their country, and their sacrifices are embodied in the uniform worn by President Traoré. Therefore, to mock the uniform is to disrespect not only the current leadership, but also the countless individuals who have served and continue to serve in the Malian armed forces. It is a profound disrespect of the nation's history and the sacrifices that have shaped its identity. This understanding is critical to appreciating the full weight of President Traoré's response and the global conversation it ignited. The uniform, in its totality, represents a profound connection to history, sacrifice, and national identity, making the host joke far more than a simple comment on clothing. For the Malian people, President Traoré's uniform transcends its purely functional purpose. It serves as a potent symbol of national pride, resilience, and the ongoing struggle for sovereignty and independence. It represents the unwavering spirit of a nation that has endured significant historical challenges, including periods of colonization and internal strife. The uniform is a visible manifestation of the nation's determination to chart its own course and to protect its hard-won independence. The uniform embodies the collective memory of the Malian people, representing the sacrifices and struggles of past generations who fought for national liberation. It is a constant reminder of the cost of freedom and the ongoing need for vigilance in safeguarding the nation's sovereignty. This connection between the uniform and the collective national memory makes the host's mockery profoundly insensitive and disrespectful. It is not just a personal insult to the president, but a profound affront to the entire nation. The resilience of the Malian people is also embodied in the uniform. It signifies their capacity to overcome adversity and their unwavering commitment to building a stable and prosperous future. The uniform stands as a testament to their enduring spirit and their determination to overcome challenges, both internal and external. This aspect is particularly poignant given the complex political and security landscape in which Mali finds itself. The uniform, therefore, becomes a symbol of hope and a representation of the nation's aspiration for a better tomorrow. The profound connection between the uniform and the Malian people's collective identity, history, and aspirations renders the mockery not just offensive, but deeply disrespectful to the national spirit. The uniform is a powerful symbol of their fight for self-determination and a testament to their ongoing struggle for a secure and independent future. The video clip of the French television segment, featuring the host's disrespectful comments and President Traoré's subsequent response, quickly spread across various social media platforms, becoming a viral sensation. The clip's rapid dissemination showcased the power of digital media in amplifying voices and facilitating global conversations on issues of cultural sensitivity and international relations. The speed and reach of its spread underscored the global interest in the incident and the significance of the issues it raised. The global reaction to the video was overwhelmingly one of condemnation towards the French television host's actions and support for President Traoré's dignified response. Across Africa and beyond, individuals and organizations expressed outrage at the disrespectful portrayal of an African leader and the underlying colonial biases it exposed. Social media platforms became hubs for discussions condemning the incident, emphasizing the need for greater respect and understanding in international interactions. The event sparked a broader conversation about the representation of African leaders and the persistent challenges of overcoming ingrained biases in global media. Online conversations were particularly vibrant, with hashtags related to the incident trending globally. Many commentators highlighted the contrast between the host's flippant remarks and the gravity of the situation in Mali, underscoring the insensitivity and lack of cultural awareness displayed. Others praised President Traoré's calm and measured response, viewing it as a powerful demonstration of leadership and a stark contrast to the host's behavior. The discussions extended beyond the immediate incident, prompting wider reflections on neo-colonial attitudes, cultural sensitivity in international media, and the importance of respectful representation of African leaders and nations. The viral spread of the video and the resulting global conversation highlighted the increasing interconnectedness of the world and the power of social media in shaping public opinion on international affairs. The incident ignited a robust global conversation, extending far beyond the immediate context of a single television segment. The debate centered on crucial issues of respect, cultural sensitivity, and a lingering shadow of neocolonialism in international relations. Arguments against the French television host's actions overwhelmingly condemned the inherent disrespect shown towards President Traoré, Mali, and Africa as a whole. Many viewed the incident as a manifestation of ingrained biases and a perpetuation of colonial-era power dynamics. The casual dismissal of the uniform's significance highlighted a deeper lack of understanding and appreciation for African cultures and traditions. Critics argued that the host's actions reflected a persistent neo-colonial mindset, where Western perspectives often dominate and marginalize the experiences and perspectives of African nations. The mockery of the uniform wasn't simply a matter of poor taste. It represented a broader pattern of disrespect and disregard for African leaders and their countries. The incidents serve as a stark reminder of the continued need to challenge and dismantle neo-colonial structures and narratives that perpetuate inequality and undermine African dignity. Conversely, while few openly defended the host's actions, some attempted to frame the incident as a misunderstanding, downplaying the cultural significance of the uniform or suggesting the host lacked sufficient context. These arguments, however, largely failed to address the deeper issues of cultural sensitivity and the historical context that shapes perceptions of African leadership. The overwhelming response demonstrated a widespread recognition that the incident was not an isolated event, but symptomatic of a broader pattern of disrespect and the need for a fundamental shift in how African leaders and nations are portrayed and treated in the international arena. The global dialogue highlighted the crucial need for greater cultural understanding, empathy, and respect in all international interactions. Following the incident, President Traoré's actions served to further solidify his position as a leader deeply connected to his people and committed to the well-being of his nation's military. He embarked on a series of visits to Malian soldiers stationed at various locations across the country. These visits were not merely symbolic gestures. They were powerful demonstrations of solidarity, leadership, and recognition of the sacrifices made by the military personnel. The visits served as a powerful counterpoint to the trivialization of the uniform and the disregard for the soldiers' service shown by the French television host. The symbolism of these visits resonated deeply with the Malian people and the international community. By personally meeting with the soldiers, President Traoré underscored the importance of their service and reaffirmed his commitment to their welfare. The visits transcended the political realm. They were expressions of profound respect and gratitude for the soldiers' dedication and the risks they undertake to protect their nation. The visits also served to reinforce the national pride associated with the military uniform, directly challenging the disrespectful portrayal on French television. President Traoré's actions directly countered the insult, transforming a moment of disrespect into an opportunity to highlight the honor and dignity of the Malian military. These visits were not only about bolstering morale. They were also strategic moves to demonstrate leadership and unity at a time of national significance. By prioritizing direct engagement with the soldiers, President Traoré effectively countered the negative narrative generated by the French television host's actions. His actions showed a commitment to his people and to the values represented by the military uniform, which the host had sought to diminish. The visits, therefore, served as an important expression of national unity and a reminder of the strength and resilience of the Malian military. President Traoré's subsequent address in Paris provided a powerful platform to further articulate his perspective on the incident and its broader implications. Delivered with a measured yet firm tone, his speech transcended the immediate controversy, addressing the deeper issues of respect, cultural understanding, and the enduring legacy of colonialism in shaping international relations. The speech was not merely a response to a single act of disrespect. It was a carefully crafted statement reflecting a broader commitment to upholding the dignity of his nation and its people. The content of his message resonated with a global audience grappling with similar issues of cultural sensitivity and the representation of African leaders in international media. Traoré's speech skillfully navigated the complexities of the situation, condemning the disrespect while avoiding inflammatory rhetoric. He emphasized the importance of mutual respect and understanding in international relations, urging a move beyond superficial interactions to a deeper engagement with the realities of African nations and their leaders. His words carried a weight of authority, not only as a head of state, but also as a representative of a continent often misrepresented and misunderstood. The tone of the speech was notable for its balance of firmness and restraint. Traoré did not shy away from addressing the insult directly, but he did so without resorting to personal attacks or inflammatory language. This measured approach allowed his message to resonate more broadly, attracting support from those who valued reasoned discourse over unproductive conflict. His ability to articulate his perspective with both dignity and restraint enhanced his international image, portraying him as a leader capable of navigating complex situations with grace and strength. The speech effectively shifted the narrative from a simple incident of disrespect to a broader discussion on the need for cultural awareness and respectful engagement in international affairs. The impact of his words further solidified his position as a powerful voice for African dignity and self-determination on the global stage. The incident involving President Traoré and the French television host had a profound and lasting impact on global perceptions of African leadership. The event catalyzed a significant shift in narratives surrounding African leaders and nations, bringing into sharp focus the need for greater respect and dignity in international relations. The initial disrespectful portrayal of President Traoré's uniform was met with widespread condemnation, highlighting a growing awareness of the persistent biases and stereotypes that often shape representations of African leaders in the global media. This incident served as a catalyst for a more nuanced and critical examination of the ways in which African leaders are portrayed and perceived internationally. The outpouring of support for President Traoré and the condemnation of the French host's actions signaled a growing intolerance for the casual dismissal of African dignity and sovereignty. The event prompted a wider conversation about the need to challenge neo-colonial narratives and to foster more respectful and equitable representations of African leaders and their countries. The incident's aftermath saw a noticeable increase in the focus on respect and dignity in discussions about African leadership. The measured and dignified response of President Traoré, coupled with the global condemnation of the French host's actions, shifted the narrative from one of disrespect to one of increased awareness and sensitivity. The event served as a powerful reminder of the importance of cultural understanding and the need for respectful engagement in international relations. It underscored the significance of recognizing the unique contexts and challenges faced by African leaders and nations, moving beyond simplistic and often biased representations. The incident ultimately contributed to a more informed and respectful global discourse surrounding African leadership. The incident extended far beyond a simple act of disrespect. It served as a potent reminder of the importance of respecting national symbols, cultural identities, and the sovereignty of nations, particularly within the African context. The mockery of President Traoré's uniform was not merely an attack on an individual. It represented a disregard for the deep cultural significance embedded within the attire, a symbol of national pride, resilience, and the ongoing struggle for self-determination. This event underscored the critical need for a fundamental shift in international relations, moving beyond a patronizing and often condescending approach towards African nations. Respect for national symbols is not a superficial matter. It is a cornerstone of international diplomacy and a reflection of the recognition of each nation's unique history, culture, and identity. The incident highlighted the insidious nature of neo-colonial attitudes, which often manifest in subtle yet deeply disrespectful acts, undermining the dignity and sovereignty of African nations. The response to this incident demonstrated a growing global awareness of these underlying issues. The widespread condemnation of the French television host's actions and the outpouring of support for President Traoré reflected a shift in the international landscape, where a greater emphasis is being placed on mutual respect, cultural understanding, and the recognition of African nations' right to self-determination. The incident serves as a pivotal moment, reminding us of the importance of fostering genuine dialogue, respecting cultural nuances, and acknowledging the rich tapestry of African identities. Ultimately, the message is clear. True international relations require respect for national symbols, cultural identities, and the unwavering sovereignty of all nations. The incident involving President Traoré's uniform resonates deeply with the themes of memory, honor, and responsibility. The uniform itself is not simply a piece of clothing. It embodies the sacrifices made by countless Malian soldiers throughout history, representing a profound connection to the nation's past struggles and triumphs. To mock the uniform is to disregard the weight of this history, the memory of those who fought and died for their country's independence and sovereignty. The response to the incident underscores the importance of remembering historical sacrifices and the ongoing struggle for national independence and dignity. President Traoré's measured response, his visits to the soldiers, and his powerful speech in Paris all emphasized the profound significance of honoring those who have served and continue to serve their nation. His actions served as a powerful reminder of the responsibility leaders bear in upholding the memory of their nation's past and in fighting for its future. The incident highlights the ongoing struggle for self-determination and the importance of recognizing the sacrifices made in the pursuit of national independence. It is a reminder that national symbols are not merely superficial representations. They are deeply rooted in a nation's history, embodying its collective memory, its aspirations, and its ongoing struggle for dignity and self-respect. The incident served as a call to action, demanding a global recognition of these struggles and a commitment to respectful and equitable international relations. Ignoring or dismissing this history is not only disrespectful, but also undermines the very foundation of national identity and the ongoing struggle for self-determination. The event serves as a profound lesson on the inextricable link between memory, honor, and the responsibilities of leadership in upholding national dignity. The incident involving President Traoré and the French television host has left an undeniable mark on international relations and perceptions of African leadership. The global condemnation of the disrespectful act served as a powerful catalyst for a much-needed conversation about cultural sensitivity, neo-colonial biases, and the imperative for respectful engagement between nations. The event's lasting impact is likely to be a heightened awareness of the importance of understanding and respecting the cultural context and symbols of different nations. The incident's legacy extends beyond immediate reactions. It has the potential to foster a more nuanced and respectful dialogue between Africa and the West, moving beyond simplistic stereotypes and fostering a deeper understanding of African perspectives and experiences. The incident has spurred a reassessment of how African leaders and nations are portrayed in international media, leading to a greater emphasis on accuracy, sensitivity, and the avoidance of perpetuating harmful stereotypes. The increased scrutiny of media representations of Africa and its leaders will hopefully lead to improved practices and a more equitable portrayal of the continent and its people. The incident has also served as a reminder of the importance of cultural diplomacy and the role it plays in fostering stronger and more respectful international relations. The potential for future dialogue and improved understanding is significant, provided that the lessons learned from this incident are applied to future interactions and media representations. The event serves as a crucial turning point, prompting a global reflection on the importance of respectful engagement and the need to dismantle outdated and harmful stereotypes in international discourse. The lasting impact is a call for greater understanding, empathy, and respect in the global community. The incident involving President Traoré serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for increased respect, understanding, and empathy in international relations. We must actively cultivate a global environment where cultural diversity is not only tolerated but celebrated, where the unique histories, traditions, and symbols of all nations are treated with the dignity and respect they deserve. This requires a fundamental shift in perspective, moving away from outdated stereotypes and biases and embracing a more nuanced and informed understanding of the world's diverse cultures. This call to action extends beyond individual actions. It demands institutional change. Media organizations must prioritize accuracy and cultural sensitivity in their reporting, ensuring that representations of African leaders and nations are fair, accurate, and respectful. Educational institutions have a crucial role to play in fostering intercultural understanding, promoting empathy, and challenging harmful stereotypes. Governments must actively promote diplomacy based on mutual respect and understanding, fostering collaborative relationships built on a foundation of equality and shared values. Furthermore, we must all actively challenge disrespectful behavior and promote a culture of accountability. This includes speaking out against acts of prejudice and discrimination and advocating for policies that promote inclusivity and respect for cultural diversity. The incident involving President Traoré should not be viewed as an isolated incident, but as a wake-up call, urging us to reflect on our own biases and to commit to building a more just and equitable world. The path forward requires a collective commitment to fostering respect, understanding, and empathy in all aspects of international relations. Only through concerted effort can we build a world where such acts of disrespect are unthinkable and where the dignity of all nations and their leaders is unequivocally upheld. The incident involving President Traoré's uniform offers profound lessons about the importance of remembering historical sacrifices, honoring national symbols, and promoting mutual respect in global interactions. President Traoré's dignified response transformed a moment of disrespect into a powerful statement on national pride and the enduring legacy of colonialism. His actions served as a catalyst for global dialogue, highlighting the need for cultural sensitivity and a reassessment of how African leaders and nations are portrayed internationally. The incident underscores the critical need for empathy and understanding in international relations. The uniform, far from being merely a piece of clothing, represents the struggles and sacrifices of the Malian people. To disrespect, it is to disrespect their history, their identity, and their ongoing fight for self-determination. The global response to the incident demonstrates a growing awareness of the need for respectful engagement between nations, based on mutual recognition and understanding. The lasting impact of this event transcends the immediate controversy. It compels us to reflect on our own biases and assumptions, challenging us to engage with the world with greater empathy and a deeper appreciation for cultural diversity. Let this incident serve as a constant reminder of the importance of remembering, honoring, and respecting the diverse tapestry of human experience. Ultimately, the true measure of a nation's strength lies not in its power, but in its capacity for empathy and understanding, a capacity that builds bridges across cultures and fosters a more just and equitable world. The future of international relations depends on our collective commitment to fostering mutual respect and understanding.